Yo, guess what? We are here, and y'all know why we're here. Launch party for Tim Vigil's Gotham Knights revamped. Welcome. Oh, man, I'm kind of jacked for this, guys. Say hello to Tim Vigil. There we go. I don't even.
Hello.
Come on, man. I am. I don't want to put you on the spot, but that's a spot. There you go.
It's like a filet mignon with a piece of shit on it, you know.
Yes.
It's the best thing you're ever gonna eat.
And I'm gonna eat it.
Just scrape it off.
Hey,
throw some water on it.
Heck with that, I'm gonna eat it. It's the best thing I'm ever gonna eat in my life. I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna try it out, and I'm gonna enjoy it.
Yum yum yum.
I want to thank everybody in the network. Like I said, we had quite a few people in the network that jumped in early as a guest and added their channels to this broadcast so we can put it out in even more places as usual. What's up? There's one up, Christy over at Flip City Magazine. Somebody you may want, a show you might want to go on sometime in the future there, Tim, because
now that I've been able to figure this out, I was like, people would ask me to do live streams. I've been like,
I can give you the 5-minute crash course in StreamYard and have you on people's shows in no time.
Yeah, it'd be fun. It'd be fun to know.
Yes, and thank you, Christy. We do hope this launch surpasses all expectations.
Hey, Christy.
Fanta's here. Hi, Fanta. I haven't seen you in a bit. It's good to see you. We are broadcasting on some pretty awesome places. You know Mike Barron, right?
Yeah.
We are broadcasting to the Baron Earl Show YouTube channel. We are broadcasting to Critical Blast. We are on Lori Calcaterra, The Path of the Pale Rider. We're on her Facebook. We are on.
Oh, that's cool.
We're everywhere, man. We're putting this thing as many places as we possibly can because we want this thing to blow up.
That's right. We're more places than Elon Musk.
Man, I'll tell you what, he needs to come hang out with me. I'd teach him a little something about marketing. No, I'm kidding.
Just got to get past his stuttering.
It's with my problem with Elon is that he lets algorithms control his social platform.
Well, he is a robot, so, you know.
I mean, algorithms kind of stop free speech.
That's right.
So I'm not.
That's so true.
That's the only real argument I have with dude is you need to get rid of the algorithms and let people be.
Yeah, let people talk.
Yeah, let them talk and let them be seen and heard.
I mean, if they have a argument against what they think you're doing, so what? You know.
Jason, what is happening? How many sketch editions are going to be available? I've been waiting.
Jason, hey, Jason.
Yes.
There's going to be 10 for the regular edition, and then there's a nude cover that's also going to have 10 sketches in it.
Nice.
But there's also sketches that I'm adding as an add-on that you can pick up, just regular sketches.
Right.
But I'm thinking of putting together, hopefully in the next week, like a PDF of a bunch of sketches that you can pick up as a bulk, like 100 sketches I've done as a PDF.
Nice.
So look for that. I hope that answered his question.
Yes.
So what did you guys think of Gothic Knights when it first came out?
I loved it.
There it is.
Absolutely loved it. I was sad that I've never been able to get the second issue of it. I only have issue 1.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I can get you the second issue.
Yes.
What year was that?
Like 94. It's like 92 to 94. I think I did it.
Yeah. The copyright on it says 95.
Oh. Okay, 95 to 97. I did it.
All right, because we like to, I need to know just in case I'm in the market.
That's right.
did this strictly a first run printing? Was there second, third printing, or?
No, it was a first run, and the only thing that it came out in a collected of the 2 issues at the time, and that was it. But what we're promoting right now, are the 2 issues. But what I've done, and the writer and I have done, Dave Barber, we've gone in and added, like within sequences of the 2 issues, we've added like 60 pages or more to fill out the story. So it's basically like now a 4-issue book.
Nice.
But it's still framed within that 2 issues. So.
And in about 20 minutes, we're going to hit that launch button and we're going to go examine the tiers and what's available. So hang with us. We're going to get to know Tim a little bit. I know most everybody watching should know who Tim is, but
if you don't, he's just a fat guy that sits in front of a artist table and draws.
Well,
about it.
That is one question I had for you. I've gotten on your commission list 3 separate times. And how many commissions do you think you average per convention?
Oh, at a convention?
Yeah.
Well, it can range. Sometimes if it's a real good con, I'm doing like 8 a day. And if it's a slow con, I can do 2. It just depends. And 8 a day, though, you're busting butt. You're trying to get something out there and trying to satisfy everybody.
Right.
So I'm sad to say that a slower con is better because I take my time. You'll get, because I'm just sitting there and I like to draw.
Right.
I don't like to just sit.
I did say 3 times. I want to say it was 4 because this was the last one I received from you.
I see. Here, can you go big on that?
Can we big on me?
Screen? Yeah, give them big. So I can see it on the screen.
Biggin.
You got it.
There we go. Oh yeah, that's a nice one. That was at Emerald City?
Yes.
Wow. That's sweet. It's sad though when I look at people bring up sketches from 1990 and stuff. They're horrible. It's like, oh, get that away from me.
Though, are there times when you see that 20-year-old sketch or 30-year-old sketch and go, I remember that?
Well, sort of, but what I do look at is I go, I don't know if I'd collect this dude off of that sketch, I have to go through my art sometimes and go and find that, that's a nice piece. Like this one I just showed you. I go, I'm happy with this one. So,
right.
But if I'm not happy, then it's just like, oh God, what's going on?
Do you remember this one?
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
actually, we're thinking of all the artwork because that was like a 12-issue series that hasn't been completed, but now all the art's done. All the writing has been finished for that. It needs to be lettered and just gone over a little bit of editorial stuff. But I want to do a Kickstarter probably next year of all the gunfighters,
yes,
all the original Sin stuff in it,
yes,
and the Sim book. Just put it all together in one book.
Dude, look, I know a guy that'll do it for you.
Do what?
Put it all in one omnibus for you.
Oh, you mean put it into the PDF and stuff like that to go to print?
You do the whole, and print and does the whole thing.
You even mail it for you.
Fulfillment, everything. Put you on Amazon, put you in Walmart.
What?
Yeah, all of it.
Let me talk to that guy.
I will definitely hook you up with that guy, no doubt.
We are currently streaming on one of his platforms right now, Critical Blast.
We are streaming on his YouTube channel right now. Yes, we are.
Interesting.
Levi's going to be on his show tonight, actually.
5 o'clock.
What are you going to be talking about?
8 o'clock Eastern time. I'll be on Critical Blast. It's based Galaxy Memorial Park, my book.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
It's we have it's not a giant network, but we have a solid network of creators, shows, and we're trying to build something like you said, where people can find people like you easy, right? Everybody's here in this one place. It makes it easy to find everybody. So
That's cool.
That's what I do. Look at that. We got Rex in the chat. What's up, Rex?
Hey, Devil Flyer.
Another creative doing a book right now. A lot of the people you'll find here. Flip City Magazine is a like a Mad Max or not Mad Max. I mean Mad Magazine cracked type, a parody type magazine.
Yeah,
super funny. They crack on all the TV shows and all the dumb stories of the week or what, you know what I mean? It's a quarterly. It's really fun. A lot of the people that you'll find in the network are creatives.
Yeah.
And they all, you know, we work on getting them to promote each other, to help each other get seen, because networking is really where the growth comes from.
Yes. I'm learning that. Content is king.
Yeah.
Say hi to Joe for me. I was going to say that's how I got these books here. Joe was on one of my shows.
Oh, no kidding. I learned though.
Yeah. And he sent me those.
Oh, that's cool.
You know, good stuff, man. We are getting ready. We are about
actually a funny thing about that Sin Buck is that I was looking at some Kickstarter projects and somebody's doing something very similar, and they even kind of swiped one of the covers I did. But it was fun, you know. I'm like, that's cool. I mean, I can't say that I've never swiped from anybody, so you know.
Well, good.
It's nice to see somebody go, wow, that's a cool picture, and I'd like to do it myself, you know. But let's change it a little bit.
You've been working with David Barber for a long time.
Yeah, I've known him for a long time.
Yeah. I love to see friendships that last. You know, I mean, collaborations that last, that have legs, that keep giving us stuff. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see him a lot, but we keep in contact, and now that this is finished, I don't know exactly what he's going to do.
He's going to work on Simbuck with you when you get that one ready for next year. That's what he's going to do.
Well, that writing's already done, so I don't know what he's going to do.
You never know. You might flesh that out a little more too. I'd love to see a little more Simbuck. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I like it too. I like the character.
Yeah, actually, she's one of my favorite indie characters.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a lot of indie characters. So
Joe will be happy to hear that.
Yeah, well, I told him.
Very cool.
I was still in the can be fanned out boy stage when I interviewed Joe, and I was tongue tied and stumbling over my words, and because I was a huge fan of Simba. That was one of my Greek brothers.
If you're ever talking to him and you get tongue tied and you think you can't say anything to him, just say big boobs, and you got him. You got him right there.
I like exploding bullets, and all that. There was so much fun stuff.
Did you see that? What was that called? The Dark Tower.
Did I get disappointed by?
But the way the bullets were flying from his holster into his gun.
Yes.
I don't know if that was in the book or not, but that's very much gunfighters.
Yeah. What's up, Chris Brown? Chris Brown is a. Well, I'm just going to say it. He's a master game developer.
Oh, really?
Okay, tabletop games, RPGs. He makes some awesome stuff, as well as writes novels and graphic novels.
There's a whole world out there that I'm not aware of.
Yeah. We're currently streaming on his platform right now.
Yes. There are some people that hopefully you're going to meet here in the future. One of them we're broadcasting to his. Do you know the book Apocalypse Girl?
No,
Okay,
but that's not surprising.
there is a guy named Les Garner who does a show on the network called the Comic Artist Hour. And when I categorize artists, okay, you got the Bernie, okay, you fall in that Bernie thing. Les falls in that Bernie thing. He's that good. And
Oh wow!
probably going to want to get you on his show sometime to hang out. It's like an hour-long show, Wednesdays at noon. And he does a lot of stuff. He did Homestead for, what's that guy's name? Dirk Manning. Yeah, he did Homestead for Dirk Manning. He's done a lot of. He's just an amazing artist, and yeah, he's out there sharing out this stream right now and helping promote what you got going on. So,
Well, the neat thing about like bringing up Bernie is that with when I did Gothic Nights, I was, of course, I was influenced by his like 70 to 72 work, his brush work and everything. But of course, when he did Frankenstein, it was just mind blowing, right? And so my inspiration came that what he did on the plates, I wanted to do in a full comic book. And so, as you know, in like the first issue, you get into the lab scenes, and I'm trying to draw all the beakers and shit like Wrightson and all. But when I got to like adding pages, like we started it back. I think we started it to start adding things in like 2007 or so. There you go. And so I had to go back, and even like I just finished doing some art for it, probably just last year. So I had to match all that stuff. You can't just go in and be Frank Miller on shit now. So that was really hard.
That's beautiful stuff, though.
Finding the patience and the sit there and go, well, I can't just chunk this stuff out to get it out. Yeah, that's
so good. Look, I was explaining this to I think it was Christy last night. We were talking about this, and I was like, I asked her, how long does it take you to read a comic book? How long? And she said, 10, 20 minutes, depending on, how much dialogue or backstory involved or whatever.
Right.
I was like, okay, that's cool. But if you are reading a Tim Vigil book or a Bernie Wrightson book or a Les Garner book, you spend a lot more time looking at each panel than you do a regular glance at the panel, read the words, and turn the page.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It's like these are comic books. This is what you get some.
Well, those are more like graphic novels. The whole idea of the graphic novel was you spend more time on it than say like a monthly or a bi-monthly comic.
Yes.
And
it's like I said, though, you spend the same amount of pages, even if it's a 20-page floppy. If it's a Tim Vigil 20-page floppy, you're going to spend 35, 40 minutes looking at this.
Well, in those days,
more to look at.
Nowadays, now that I've finished this, and what I've been trying to do is because I've been wanting to get more work out, so I'm going back and I'm picking up like some of these artist editions. Like I just picked up the Tomb of Dracula artist edition, and I'm looking at what these guys thinking that these guys had to do this fast, right? They were like every 2 days they have to have a page finished, or even every day. Right. And so you look at the line work, you look at Like you're going, wow, they didn't even finish that toward what I would think would be finished, or they just put in a bunch of blacks here and everything. And I'm trying to learn that, but it's tough for me because I feel like I always got to put detail.
Well,
Ambiance.
that's what sets you apart from everybody else, though, is that you don't chintz out and black out 3/4 of
Well,
a panel, you know?
that's the point. The point is, how do you learn to create a great storytelling? Like say Mike Mignola.
Mhm.
His stories flow really, really well within his simplicity. And I admire that, but I can't do it like that. I can't do it that simple.
Right. And
Don't.
that's, like you said, that's what
Don't
sets you
do it.
apart.
I'm trying to get to a style that kind of borders both worlds, but leans a little bit more to trying to put out things faster.
Up to 307 sign. Look, we got 5 more signups while we were sitting here talking. See that?
Nice.
This is what it's about. Everybody, we're getting ready to launch this thing. 7 minutes. Please share the stream out, share the link out to the campaign. Let's get ready to smack this one, yo.
Boost.
So Tim, ambiance is the word that I always think about when it comes to drawing. Can you create that atmosphere, that believability? Right. And that's what I've always loved about your stuff, because you can literally come along to a staircase, and then somewhere on that staircase, you have put some sort of intricate woodworking in there, or you've put a skull, or you have made this thing cool. And it's going back to Pops's point. Like, you can't just read. You can read it in 5 minutes, let's just say, right? But you're going back and you're looking for all the ambiance that you created in this environment. And
True.
And speaking of environment, going back to the Bernie Wrightson lab, when I looked at the book again this morning, what stuck out to me was the style of lab that you chose. It seemed to be more, and I could be wrong about this, young Frankenstein. Was there a staircase in that laboratory as well?
There was.
There was?
Yeah.
Because I have the Bernie Wrightson. I'll be there on your wedding night over my fireplace.
Right.
And
nice.
It's all flat. So I always have that in my mind. And when I think of somebody walking down into the laboratory, for some reason, I go right to Young Frankenstein. So that was just a question I had of what referenced you in this Frankenstein lab?
A lot of it is the Wrightson stuff. I used to have that same poster like right next to my telephone. So when people would call me, I'd be talking and looking at this thing and just constantly. And even though I was the thing with, like, say, Wrightson, he has his way of style and lightness in his line work to do the beakers and everything. I just couldn't figure it out. And so when I do it, it's a lot heavier. And, you just got to live with that. You just go, those are just two different hand pressures.
Right.
But I would look at, I'd go to references of Frankenstein labs, and look at it. I mean, like even the stuff that Wrightson did in It's Alive, the beaker work and stuff that he did with, who wrote that? Steve Niles. His beaker work, I mean, as much as I thought the characters were weak in that, Wrightson still could just fuck you up with just how he did the beakers. You just go, God damn, it's so good.
Yeah, creating that believable environment.
Yeah, well, even within the characters that I do, I look at it a lot as method acting in a way, but it's method drawing. Right. So as you're doing the characters, you're trying to develop, like, what kind of breath is she doing right now? You know, like what is going through this person's head real quick? What kind of attitude do I want to put? And it's just like this, I'm fucking it up, but is it representing a mood that I want it to?
Mm-hmm.
And
well, the strength of the women that you draw. It's they always tell you as an artist, less is more, and
Right.
especially in the facial areas. And you've never shied away from that. And your characters have always come off as strong, if not on the violent side, but still sexy.
Mm-hmm.
Is it? Do you find yourself walking that line quite a bit?
Well, sure. That's what I love about drawing stuff. I mean, I was really influenced by Playboy and Vargas in my youth. I was exposed to underground comics of Richard Corbin when I was like 12 or 13, and that really showed me what you can do with comics, sexually and violently.
Right.
And I liked it. I don't. I always sit there and go, okay, yeah, pornography is represented as insertion and sexual organs, and it's like, well, if it's part of the story and it fits, and it's going to make the, like, say, a sex
Right.
scene. If you have a woman holding a guy's cock, it's going to, okay, how do you draw that to where it represents not just, oh my God, there's nudity and
Right.
what is she doing, but how does it fit into the scene? What is
Right.
Is it actually part of the story, or need to
Like,
yeah, it's part of the character.
so Gothic Knights, a tale of scarlet passion,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you can't have I don't want to give too much of the plot away. That's up to you, but you cannot have the passion part of it without actually showing a little passion. And it has to sometimes be more than just hand holding or kissing.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's animal lust.
Yes.
So back to, okay, let's go to the story that we were talking about right when we were starting the show. Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Levi.
We have 1 minute, Pops.
Okay, we got 1 minute to tell the story. Levi had a teacher, and Levi took the book Foss #1 to show his teacher this art.
Oh.
And what did your teacher say?
He said,
oh, this was issue 1.
This was issue 1, yeah.
Oh. Oh, I do think I remember you telling me this at a con.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what did he say?
He said, let me explain something to you. He says, you're about, hit
that launch button, Tim. Hit that launch button, brother.
All right. Well, I got to figure out how to launch, so I'll be right back.
Okay. Go ahead. Tell the story, Levi.
He said, you're about ready to eat the most amazing thing you've ever eaten in your entire life. He says to me, say it's filet mignon with a sliver of shit in there. Because he was admitting that your artwork was amazing. And he says, so you're about ready
to go? How long did he take to look at it?
Oh, maybe under 5 minutes.
My project is live.
Yes.
Woo!
All right, we are live.
There you go.
Nice.
I did that. I would have sworn I probably would have lost you guys. But
good job.
Here we are. I'm learning.
Yes.
Oh, I got to turn this off for a second so I can pledge. Hold on. I will be right back with this.
See you, Pops.
No, I mean, I'll be here, but you got to share the screen up because I'm going to be,
Oh, okay. Got you.
I'm not going to die myself.
So he basically looked at the book. Probably, of course, you start at the beginning of a book, right?
Right.
You get to the sex is dirty scene, right?
Of
and
course.
immediately, I want to say, like, we probably quit looking at it. The entire conversation took 5 minutes before he kicked me out of class.
You should have told him, what kind of vigil are you?
Right. Well, that's what was the cool thing. I was like,
hey, this is your homie drawing this.
Right? I'm
yeah.
Like, are you related to Tim Vigil? And he's like, no, but I would love to see his work. So I brought in the comic book. He asked to see it.
But you presented it in the wrong way. You should have had like a do-rag on and a long baseball shirt and go, hey, homie, check this out, man.
Check this out.
That's right.
Yeah. And Carlos,
This shit is the streets, man. The streets.
It is. And it's got a sliver of shit.
Yeah, he's got a sliver of shit in it.
Yeah. So he says, say you're going to eat the most wonderful thing you've ever eaten in your entire life, but you know it has a sliver of shit in it. Would you eat it? And my response back to this teacher was, yes, I would eat it. And he's like, no, you don't understand. It has a sliver of shit in it. I'm like, no, you don't understand. You just told me it's the best thing I'm ever going to eat in my entire life.
That's right.
I'm going to eat it. So, yeah, I got kicked out of class. Thank you, Tim.
You're welcome.
All
That's
right.
crazy.
This is off to a wonderful start. Holy crap, you're at $2,500 already. I don't think we're gonna have any problem reaching goal on this one.
Yeah, I got to reboot the page. Hang on.
I'm bringing it up. I'm back.
You want me to bring that page in? Or you got
okay. There you have it. 11 backers, $2,500 already.
$2,580.
1 minute in. This is what I'm talking about. Jason, I pledged $520 for the nude sketch edition. I was the first of 4 back. I was one of the first 4 backers. There you go.
Did he? Did he like the Gothic bush I put on her?
Go ahead.
There's some booty hole there too.
Oh. Look at the numbers. It's like we're not even going to get to go look at anything. Just look at the numbers go up. Look at that. This thing has a goal of $30,000. People, it's already 10% of the way there. We ain't even talked about it for a minute. We ain't even shown anything.
It's all good. I just glanced at it. It's all good. Yeah, everything is YouTube accepted.
Look at that. Look at that cover. That cover is gorgeous.
Who did the colors on this, Tim?
Neo Rufino. He did a couple pieces of mine, and he just was great.
Before it was gone. See, that's me too. It's like when it's those limited things or whatever, man, you gotta go get it. You don't have time to look at it and read the description. You go grab that thing,
That's like Trump. You grab it by the pussy.
Yes.
There you go.
Here we go. I think me and Tim are going to be friends, yo. I'm just saying. Look at this. Look, this is what I'm talking about. You turn this page. Do you just like glance at it, read the words, and move on? No, you got to look at this. I'm going to make sure I don't miss anything.
Yeah, that's a cool piece too. I like that.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And the same, like I said, with your panels.
This is new material right here. This last panel was a bitch to do.
The last one there,
right here. Yeah, the third panel.
It's a nice angle.
Yeah, it's a great angle, and I had to do the lamp light, going out in all directions and stuff.
Right.
Pain in the ass.
Oh man, the bats. That's look at that little bat right there. Look at it.
Yeah, but see, like we were talking about, it creates mood, and you can almost like smell the air of the woods around them, and you can hear them pouring out the guts and shit for the wolves.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you that's what you want to get to.
It's always just everything I've ever seen that was a Tim Vigil piece of art was something that I had to go.
Here you go. This page right here that you're showing right now. Mm-hmm. While I was putting this book together, I drew this and I kept looking at it, and I put it together and going over edits. And then at the last moment, I'm looking at it going, I think it was the second panel and the 5th panel. The dude didn't have a mustache on him.
Oh.
I went, fuck, how could I miss this? It was hilarious. I said, quickly went, oh shit. But, I looked at that thing for years, like about 2 years. I never caught it.
It happened.
Me up. Yeah, it happens. Yeah. I'm glad I caught it, because if it would have gone out that way, I would have been like kicking myself in the ass every time somebody mentioned the book.
Now, I just want you to know, Tim, It's on behalf of the whole network. We're totally honored that you chose us to come out here and present your
Wow.
first crowdfunding campaign. Look,
I didn't choose you. You chose me, man. I didn't even know.
I got a message from Sensei Lugo,
Right.
and he's like, man, I talked to Tim. I need you guys. You need to do Tim's launch party. And I was like,
That's
Tim who?
great of him.
I was like, Tim who? And when he
That's
said
right.
Tim Vigil, I was like, you said what to who? I couldn't believe, and I appreciate you, Mr. Lugo, for throwing us out there and
Oh, definitely.
us, allowing
He's
us.
a good man. He's a good man.
He's amazing. I love his stuff too. You guys, if you don't know, Patrick Lugo does some martial arts books that are killer. Look,
I just met him. I just met him last year.
Really?
And he was talking. He knew David Quinn real well, and I just met him, like they were talking, but I just met him real quick. But he's real nice. It's been real nice. He's been kind of he's been helping me develop this, along with there's this guy Frank Forte. That's
Frank. We know Frank too.
Yeah. He came in on this Kickstarter and kind of jazzed it up. That guy's a nutball.
Frank has actually drawn our mascot. Well,
oh, really?
He's drawn a couple things for us. He drew this of me.
Yeah, it's great.
Okay, there's Frank. But
right.
he drew Crom. Crom is our network mascot. But
is that the green guy at the beginning?
Yes, he drew Crom different than anybody else has up to date. He drew one with it's a little bit horror. He's a little bit of a horror guy.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, can I say something real quick?
Yes.
No.
If I remember right, the former record was $4,500 in 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And we are now sitting at $9,500 and 36 backers in 9 minutes.
In 9 minutes.
9 minutes.
Amazing. But that's not because of us. Dude has a fan base.
No. You're helping quite a bit.
This is just, we're letting people know, but like I said, your stuff sells itself, man. You don't.
You'd be surprised. The interesting thing is with the Gothic Knights, it came at a point that, like, say with Faust, the Faust Collected was a whole retrospect of my career, because it took like 25 years to actually do it. And you can see from where I began to where I ended. But when I started Gothic Knights, I was jazzed on the response of what Faust had brought. The fans and the people really enjoying the work. And my point was that I'm going to give my fans the best work I could do. And so Gothic Knights is a big part of that push. Like I said, I think it's the best work I ever did.
Look at this.
It is some amazing work.
This is what I'm talking about, guys. This is why I was blown away when I was asked to reach out to you to do this show. I was like, are you kidding me? Look at this art. Dustin from Geek Men and the Masters of the Thunder Nerds. Also runs show on the network. Probably going to want to reach out to you and talk to you. This is what I'm saying.
Tim, there's at least 20 different shows on the network you could go on and pimp this book on.
Oh, yeah?
There's a lot, and they all have their own audiences. It's like, it's not just the same people.
Is it okay? Like on this one right now, I'm not wearing any pants.
That's neither am I.
There you go.
Neither am I.
Well, I'm wearing Snoopy pajamas, so
there you go.
With a nice, Madness Comic Network golf shirt, but Snoopy pajama pants. Yes, I know you love that art. Everybody loves that art. If you don't love that art, you don't know art.
Yeah.
I said that out loud.
Yeah. Yeah. I've told people over the years, forget context. Just look at the way he feathered that freaking line.
Birds aren't allowed.
There you go.
Pants aren't allowed on my show. So see, when you go on Chris's show, you know, you're good, bro.
Oh, I like her.
Yeah, if you go on to YouTube and look up a couple of their shows, they do a segment on their show called Conspiracy Corner, where they have a wheel with all the conspiracies on it, and they spin it, and whatever conspiracy it lands on, you could either talk about it or at least bullshit your way through it.
Well, now that one of them is going to be, is Tim wearing pants when he talks to you? That's the conspiracy.
Right.
Hey, we got a ton of people watching right now. This is amazing. I haven't even gone and looked at Pilled and Rumble. I got to go say hi to see if we got people.
I got it if you want.
Oh, we
But
got Ghost Pepper. He said, "What are pants?"
It seems to be a common thing. It's like how fashion today is just either pajamas or sweatpants.
Yes.
I mean, it's everywhere. I'm surprised I think the next thing we're going to see is when they go to the White House, they're going to be in their pajamas. It's so fashionable.
Hey, they were flashing their boobs at the White House last summer, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I don't think those were women though.
That's true.
Uh-oh.
That is true.
And yet I looked.
We had some people, as usual, watching over on Rumble. They never say anything, but we see you over there. What's up, Rumble lurkers? Y'all go check out Tim's campaign. I think I dropped a link over there earlier.
Yep.
So yes, I did. Go check it out.
Very good. Nice.
He said, see, earlier Tim already said, Headless says we're 11K, and we are
said that it went to 12.
Well, we're at 52 backers, and we're at $13,446. So we're
almost halfway. Almost halfway in 15 minutes. That's what I'm talking about. Share this out. Tell your friends. Tell everybody you know that loves the Vigils, that loves the Wrightson art, the Les Garner art, the Jim O'Reilly art, the people that like the detailed stuff that you got to study. Okay.
Well, the other thing about it is what like Dave Barber is a huge Hammer movie fan. I mean,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's where a lot of this came from, is our love for Universal, but a lot of it's Hammer. I mean, even the main character has a little bit of Ingrid Pitt in it, from Vampire Lovers.
We have covered a lot of Hammer movies over the last couple of years on the network too.
Yeah, it's great stuff.
Tim, who is responsible for the origin of the Countess then? Is it
Barber?
Okay.
Barber.
Barber.
You'll find out within this book that I did a portfolio back in like 91 called Dark Utopia. No. Was it Dark Utopia? I think it was called that. Now I don't even know my own shit. But I did like plates of monsters, and one of them was a female vampire, and the picture is in the book. But he was very inspired by it, and he came up with this. Hey, that is a great character. Let's do a vampire story.
I'm looking at this picture right here. And
you're not looking at the picture. You're looking at the ass.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. She's looking back at you like, come check me. She looks hungry.
Well, see, this is what you got to do in these drawings. Damn right, she looks hungry.
Right?
She looks hungry.
She getting ready to bite somebody. She's offering the apple. Come on over here.
Well, like I say, like on pictures like this, you sit there and go, okay, how do I present? Because every so often I'll sit there and go, I just want to draw a great ass, And you got to go, okay, here it is. Here's the picture, and then you got to sit there and go, how do I promote that? Bug-a-ding, ba-ba-boom, that people will sit there find it sexual within a drawing, not just there's just say there's just a butt, But how do you even get past that and even have it where you can even feel the wiggle or the pop of it right there, you know? But quickly.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great view. It's
It
a
is.
great view. I have a friend, like I say, I had somebody I want to introduce you to Les. Because I really think that you guys will hit it off and that you'd be a great guest for his show. We're broadcasting right now on his Facebook channel.
Hey, Les.
And he's here. He's right here.
Hey,
I
y'all.
want you to say hi. Say hi.
Hey, there's Les.
Hey,
Nice.
Tim, you and I met about a year ago at C2E2.
Here, blow him up bigger. Let me recognize him.
All right, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we met at C2E2, man.
Were you carrying a guitar with you?
I wish.
That's quite a bit you got there.
I got about 13 of them.
Holy shit.
It's my babies. The last 2 years of my life is the longest I've gone without playing a guitar since I was 6 years old. So.
Oh, no. Get back on it.
Well, he had the same. Him and Levi. See, I have this.
Really?
I have this thing about becoming friends with stroke victims.
Yeah, he's got a collection of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you met me, Tim, I was roughly a year out from having had a double stroke. So I think last week marked 2 years.
Holy shit.
Yeah, they told me I'd never walk again or use my left arm again.
Oh, you guys are bringing me down.
No, look. This is
No. It's a booster, man.
That's right.
He was told he wouldn't walk again and he wouldn't do things. And you know the funny thing is he was in the emergency room after having a stroke. He was in the emergency room with his tablet drawing.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Okay.
Put it in their face. Fuck them.
Yeah, I mean, he was in the emergency room drawing, and they're like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "I got work to do."
I got work to do, bitch.
I literally was sitting there I was doing page layouts for my book Homestead with Dirk Manning, and I was doing page layouts for it while the nurses were putting tubes in me. I looked over at the nurse at one point and I was like, "Ma'am, could you try and not shake me so much?" And she's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm trying to work. Somebody got to pay for this shit."
That's right. Unless you're down there, you know, working my thing. You know how nurses are.
Like I said, we have a collection of. But they told him he wouldn't walk. They told him he wouldn't use his left arm again. Dude walks around. He's got his left arm up over his head now. He hasn't given up. He's gonna play guitar again.
You couldn't lift your arm for a while?
For the first 8 months, that arm wouldn't move.
Holy shit!
It was actually bound up like this. All the muscles were contracted. So as soon as I was in the hospital 6 weeks. When I got out of the hospital, before I even got home, I stopped in the gym, hooked a rubber band up to the hand, to the ladder in the swimming pool, got in the pool, and started forcing that arm to pull against all that. And I mean, Levi, I'm sure Levi understands what that's like. Having when you've got all those muscles, it's like having all the muscles in your arm cramped.
Yeah.
Everything cramped and it locks up. And the goddamn doctors want to give you drugs,
right,
that will release those muscles. But when those drugs hit and they release the muscles, your brain can't talk to them at all, whatever it was going to try to do. So I refused the drugs. But
you take Macabre Erotica, thank you. Abel put up.
Okay, sorry. I don't want to get too deep into talking about that shit, but it's one of those things that takes over my life real easy. So, but yeah, I busted
fuck yeah, no.
2 years. So
he never stopped working. He built like
that's what it takes.
He built like pedals for drawing that would like change where you would usually use your left hand like to move the page or whatever. He created foot pedals like guitar pedals to change the angle of the page.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
This dude is so innovative, man.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
while I was still in the hospital, I was thinking about, all the stuff that I do digital and how important key commands are.
Right.
It's a thing. And I found a place where I could get these pedals that had no coding to them. And they're meant for inventors to use so they can write their own code for them to control things. And I ordered a bunch of these. So when I got home from the hospital, I hooked them all up to the computer and coded them out based on, I'd sat and figured out all the different buttons that I would need. And I coded out these pedals. So now stuff I used to do on the computer, with my left hand, I do with my feet. And I've literally never missed a day of work.
And that's like just rotating paper in the computer, like the image, and
like if you're in
blowing it up, bringing it down, or something like that.
Like if you're in Clip Studio and you're going to pan, you hold the space bar. So I've got a pedal down here that's my space bar. If you're going to
that is so cool.
You're going to rotate the canvas around.
Uh-huh.
It's the R key on your keyboard. So I've got a pedal set up I set up one of the buttons on my stylus for that. There's a bunch of stuff. I've got all these pedals down here under the desk, and my feet are always just down here. I moved everything up.
So you have the pedals memorized in the order of what you need them.
Yeah. Just like I'm a guitar player, so it was like while I was in the hospital, I was thinking, man, I bet you there's a way I could make a pedal board, because there's MIDI controlled stuff for guitar, and that's all really just USB code. And I was like, well, if there's that,
you need to get that developed, and you could sell that.
Market that shit. Yes.
Yeah, you could. Yeah. You could make a lot of money off of that. Now, if you see it next week, you know who took it.
I think this is why I gravitated toward Les, because Les kind of thinks the same way I do. He did not sit there and go, oh, woe is me. I ain't going to be able to do this and this and this and this. He went immediately into thinking about how am I going to do this and this and this and this. And went right to developing ways to continue to do what he does.
Well, when you pass away, they're going to open up your brain and examine that just to find out where'd you get all that determination.
Oh, I can tell you exactly what that comes from scientifically. It's your anterior median cortex.
Oh, I guess you can.
Yeah.
Is yours enlarged?
Yes. Both hemispheres of your brain have on the outside of it a thing called the anterior median cortex.
So this whole stroke thing has made you kind of really research the brain.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Both of them, actually. 15,600. We are past 50% and rolling 25.
Me to it, Pops.
Yeah, that funny thing.
Oh, I don't got to do anything.
No, we're going to promote the hell out of this. And look, it doesn't stop today. Okay. We'll be sharing the link. We'll be keeping people in the loop throughout the campaign. We'll probably try to get you on a few shows on the network. But then we also do what's called a countdown, where we come out for the last hour of the campaign, remind people it's almost over. You better come get yours now. You see what I'm saying? So 28 days from now,
I think I told the girl at the bar that Friday night.
Yeah.
You better come and get yours. Better come and get yours now, because it's almost over with.
16,101, 68 backers.
Mine is more like, if you see something you like, you better reach out and grab it, because I don't chase nothing.
Okay, you guys want to do a $1 bet?
Okay.
No. How many backers do you think this is going to end at? Because I need 300, I think, to break even.
I'm sure you're going to smash that.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm hoping I get like about a couple thousand people. But I don't know.
I think it's doable.
But what do you think?
Say
you can win $3.
This will probably eclipse 5,000 backers.
Whoa. Well,
I mean,
like
but this also depends on how much help you get with people promoting and letting
Right,
people
right.
that
It's
it
going to be.
exists.
It's going to be it's in the people's hands now.
Yes. I mean,
You
we're
know.
going to promote the hell out of it, but our reach is only so long. That's why I always ask other people, share these things out, share these links out to your socials, extend
Okay.
my reach, make my reach longer. And that's why I ask all these people to let us broadcast this show on their channels in front of their fans. And
You're killing me, man. You're killing me.
do you
I
remember
want
that
to.
old commercial?
I
Do you
got.
remember the commercial?
You're saying things that I got penis jokes to, and I'm like, I can't say this. I can't say
Oh,
this.
yeah.
I remember back
All
in
right,
the
so
day.
My reach, how big it is.
Yeah,
You've got to go longer and harder.
Right.
it's
You got to really
Peloton
pound that
commercial.
thing, man.
Hold up.
See, this is the kind of reclusing thinking I do. It's like sit there and draw and go, okay, let's have a penis joke in here.
You guys are forgetting the funnest part. And she told two friends, and then she told two friends, and then she told two friends, and so on, and so on, and so.
That he was very small.
What? Wow. There you go. Mike Hart will be getting himself a pledge signed hard copy when he gets home from work today. And T. Kasari just back. Thank you very much. Look, dude. Like I say, you didn't need me. We're just having fun.
It's great talking to you guys.
Hey, Tim.
There's a whole bunch of people popping in here that I don't know, and I want them all to know. Thank you for joining the madness, for tuning in on this madness show. We have 30 weekly shows, all kinds of indie stuff, gaming, comics. Oh, we cover the pop culture, the stuff you love. Subscribe. You won't be disappointed. You'll see a lot of cool stuff. Draw streams with people like Les and Levi, and maybe we even get Tim to come out and draw with us sometime here.
Here, can I show some drawings that I've been working on?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Tim, I was going to say that
this is a new one. It's kind of cool.
Nice.
There you go. Everybody turn that mature thing on. Do it now.
Hold on. This one's kind of cool. Little nun action.
Nice.
Temptations. Yeah, that was kind of cool.
That's freaking phenomenal.
That's
Nice
awesome.
lighting.
Hold on, let me go. There's a couple other ones that are finished. This is a cool one. This is more Gothic Knights. This guy bought it.
Nice. This is Anton and
Yep, he's changing right there.
yeah.
And she's going, "You're huge. You're huge."
Where's the knot?
It's like, you're almost as big as Paul.
There's another booty shot.
Oh, I didn't even. Is that Anton? Is that Anton in the background?
Yeah, he's up on the roof.
Nice.
I'll get it close up.
Right.
I can't see. Okay. And then last, this is another one.
Just Dustin said, "Damn, will you draw for me?"
That's on the table. Sketchbooks here.
Man, that's beautiful.
Very cool.
But that's what I'm thinking of doing is putting all these into a PDF and adding it to the Kickstarter. Oh wait, here's one. This one you do need your mature reading on or image.
Right.
Tentacles. That's tentacles.
Man.
Cthulhu getting some.
Yeah.
Hey,
Fun stuff.
Everybody's got to get some. Cthulhu needs some too.
That's right. Even demons need love.
Hey, going back to that dollar bet, I'm going to bet 803 for the amount of backers you're going to get because that
803.
803 because you got 802 on the Faust.
Okay, you say that's from Levi.
Yep.
And Pop says 5,000.
Dude, you got to get 5,000.
That's a big number.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I say
you almost quadrupled your goal on
I say 1,500.
John, what's up? Frank, what's up, Frank?
There's Frank.
That's disgusting, Phil. And John says he's currently reading Foss right now. John also has a show affiliated with the network called John's Long Box. And
his long what?
John's Long Box.
Oh, okay.
And he'd probably enjoy getting a shot at interviewing you as well. Look, I'm going to turn you into a video personality as well as an awesome freaking artist. We're going to turn you into a stand-up comedian because you got all the dick jokes. You already said you got.
That's true. I got some dick jokes. next time I'll wear my Groucho Marx glasses with a mustache.
There you go. I'm just blown away by this thing taking off. Over 16,000. It just keeps going.
Yeah, that's a Gothic Knights piece.
Right here, John or Tim. John would love to have you on his show.
There you go.
Oh, John Longbox.
Yeah.
John's Longbox on YouTube.
Cool.
Go on his show and pimp out your book.
I'll make sure if there's anybody that you want to be connected with, man, just get a hold of me. I will put you on any show on the network you want to be on. There's no doubt. Frank's been on a few.
Not too noisy for you guys. That's my little air compressor over here kicked on. So
Oh yeah, sure.
you hear that crap kick up, you can always.
We know what you're sitting on. That's right.
So
There's another booty shot. Tim likes booty.
She got some serious arts going on to that back.
So
She's
I go. You did
that booty out. All right.
You did it, Tim. You did a new cover for the Faust Omnibus, which had Claire on the front, correct?
Yeah, well, it wasn't. It was yes. I mean, it was a sketch cover that I did we used.
So that speaking of butts, there was. I'm always amazed at the muscle structure that you'll find and put in there, and there was that one like on that cover. You did the right in the L4, L3 area for the lower lumbar. There's that.
Oh, muscle. Very nice, very nice. And you're we went there.
Yes, and I'm like, wow! Like, look at the detail you even put into that little muscle grouping on the butt shot. It was freaking phenomenal.
Well, there's a person, this young girl. The last con I was at, she came up to me and she's like, "How do you do your anatomy? How do you figure it out?" And I sat there and went, "Well, a lot of it was, working out in the gym, watching muscles move and shit." Mm-hmm. But I used to go to strip clubs and sketch in them. Mm-hmm. I would draw like, because it was like there's classes that's like still life, but when you go to like a dance club, it's dynamic motions that you're trying to figure out, and then especially the women are sensual. And you're going, okay, what are they doing to make it that way? And you're trying to understand that and put it into your drawings.
I got to give a shout out to Galaxy Comics Saginaw. If that is Saginaw, Michigan, I want you to know that the Madness Comic Network is based in Southwest Michigan, down here just south of Kalamazoo. We go to the local cons when we can. I hope I see you sometime at one of the Michigan Comic Cons, man. Be good to meet. Networking is what it's all about, people. Thanks, everybody. Thank you guys all so much for sharing this out. I'm not saying we're leaving yet. We got some more. Oh, I like to watch the first hour and see where the numbers go in the first hour. But I just seriously want to thank everybody who shared this out, who's backing, who let us put it on their networks. You guys all rock. We appreciate you. And, man, you're going to see more of these. I hope more of these bigger launches where we're hitting 14 channels when we send them out.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I'm hoping to readjust tonight's countdown and get a few more. We have a double countdown tonight, Tim. 2 different books that.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, their campaigns end tonight. So we're doing a double countdown, and I'm hoping that we can get a big old crowd of people to jump in here and add their networks or their channels to this show, to that show as well.
Yeah.
I want big. Yeah, I want big.
So we got a numbers update. We got 76 backers, and we're sitting at 17,461.
Okay, that's almost halfway to what I say it's going to top out as.
So
It's going to do way more than that.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Oh no. Did you say 74?
76 backers at 17,461.
Okay. Yeah,
It's
right.
like you're gonna be over 20K in the first 100 backers.
Hopefully, yeah.
Oh man, this is
Yeah.
gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I'm gonna be posting about this every day. You know, make sure that people don't miss it. Also, the Madness Comic Network over there on Facebook, that is a networking and promotional group. And the whole purpose there is we want you to go there, drop your show, drop a link to your show, a link to your campaign, a link to your comic book store, a link to whatever you got going on. It is truly a networking and promotional group on Facebook. It's not one of them groups where you're going to run into a bunch of scammers and you're not going to. I filter all that out. You know, this is for comic people. We have a good time there. What are you cleaning, Les?
Let's do hang on 2 seconds.
what's the airbrushing?
Les, what are you working on?
Oh, it's a cover for a project.
Oh, nice.
I've been talking
it's airbrush
lately. It's a little thing that I believe Tim was actually contacted about doing a cover on this book. It's a book called Brides. And this has got a way to go. I got all my grays done. And now I'm just blowing color into it because that's how I tend to like to work on paintings. Is I'll do like a super tight grayscale.
Yeah, real tight.
And then come back in with the airbrush and a lot of very translucent, transparent colors and just layer in colors.
There you go, Dave. We got Dave Brink hanging out over there from Perfect 10 in the Netherlands, tuning in, asking for the link. And
The Netherlands.
yeah, Genuine Comics.
Oh wow.
Take my crap off there, Pops. This is about 10 today, man. I just put that up there so something's showing down in the corner.
We
got you. We got you, man.
Dave Brink from Genuine Comics. Yeah, they have he has a book called Perfect 10. I think they're in the 5th issue right now. Beautiful stuff. There's so much cool stuff. Carissa Grant is here. Carissa has
Hey, Carissa.
a series called Worthy Chaos Redemption and a spinoff called Devastation. Too much overload. But yeah, she's also an amazing creator in the network. Look, there's so much going on here, man, and I am so glad I'm honored to have you join us and be part of what we do, and allow us to be part of what you do.
I'm intent on watching them work.
See, they're watching you work, and you're telling us to make you small. See?
I can't sit still, so I got to be doing something.
That's right.
It is beautiful, though. Come on.
It's real nice.
It's right in line with what we're talking about here with the Gothic Knights. It's
Definitely.
with Countess Tanya Ravenos and Anton Lupescu. How do you pronounce that, Tim?
Oh, don't ask me.
No.
You have to get Barber. You got to get Barber in here.
Right.
Yeah, he wrote it. $18,400, 81 backers. It just went up again. I ain't even no sense in saying it because it went up right after I said it. 82 backers.
Feels like watching a stock ticker.
Yeah. I want it to be my stock ticker.
Now, here for too long, I'm gonna need y'all to help me out a little bit with a couple Kickstarters I got coming up. I'll be doing one for Brides, In April, I've got the Dr. Van Meter's Forbidden Cthulhu Tarot, because I did this big tarot deck thing. But yeah, I'll be hitting y'all up for some help with these.
We got you.
How many Kickstarters have you done?
Personally, I've not done any yet.
Oh,
I've been a part of a couple.
Right. Yeah, this is. I'm popping my cherry on this one.
That's what I'm about to do.
Yeah, I mean, Faust is ran by Quinn. I really didn't. This one I'm putting together.
Yes, I do know that Hart Fisher has one called American Horrors, and yes, we are going to be side by side with them on Roku. I've been talking to Kaz about getting this thing rolling, man, because it's time, and we'll be talking to Hart about doing some cross promotion stuff so that people know we're coming when we get there. Definitely looking forward to that, Frank, and I hope you come out to some stuff, man. Come out to some shows with us.
Well, that's nice that he liked the logo, because another person gave me shit about it.
Huh?
And they're going, "Oh, that's way too busy and everything," and I'm like, "Fuck you." I like it.
Dave Brink was on Flip City last night. If you missed it, go check that out. That was a really fun show. Look, that's all we're trying to do is have fun. Great art, great comics, great shows.
What's Les's setup to be able to show the how he does the work?
Oh,
where's your is that standing straight up?
No, it's at an angle. I mean, it's not completely flat either.
Oh, okay. I see over on the right. I see a hookup.
Yeah, that's so like right there is one of my little stands. There's a manifold.
Now, but the camera doesn't get in your way, or do you get it on zoom?
I've got the camera up here, kind of high above it.
Yeah.
And which is funny because I say camera, and it's really just my iPhone.
Right.
So I've got where's my damn brush go? I've got my iPhone that I pop on a little mount up there, and there's a program you can use. It's Elgato something or other that you put it on your phone and then your computer. So when you're doing this, you hook your phone up to your computer USB, and then it gives you a bunch of special controls over the camera. That's how I was able.
Does it?
Yeah. Oh, wow. And then I've got a separate camera mounted up on top of my Cintiq here, which is my main monitor, my drawing camera.
Right.
So that, if I switch over to that, then that's looking at my face, which God knows nobody wants to see that crap.
Hey, Tim, do you have a Hobby Lobby near you?
Yes.
So at Hobby Lobby, they'll sell the overhead lamps, and they'll come with a circle with a hole in the center of it for a.
Where you put your camera.
That's right now. I've got one of those up over the board with the light shining straight down on this.
Yeah.
Well, I picked up some like glasses that have a camera, like this, and so I was thinking that would work.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't shoot straight. If it's shooting straight, it's not straight where your eyes are just looking. You got to move it, around.
When I do my art, it's the camera is in the way a little bit. It tends to be like right here beside your face as you're sitting here drawing. So it'll be here like this, shooting at kind of an angle.
But you don't zoom either, do you? No,
and I'm not. Les does it way better than I do because I'll ask for two separate areas. I got the admin for the back area, and then I send myself a link to my phone and have that as a separate entity backstage.
Whatever works, man.
Yeah, it's like Photoshop. There's a bajillion different ways to do one thing.
Yep.
And I know one.
That right there, that's a true statement. Slightly understated, but a true statement. They are very talented, all these guys. Now, Frank wants us to ask. Now, this is for you, Tim. We need to ask the backers what kind of stuff they would want as add-ons.
Yeah, I've been seeing him say that, and he
Um,
runs his campaigns with like 200 add-ons, right?
yeah, you don't need that many, but
No, I don't.
If you have
Like I
like
said,
of other books,
yeah, I
like,
don't even know if I want to do that though.
because
I
then you just
understand.
add them in.
He's busted my balls for like the last 2 months about this. It's like,
This is why we're going to introduce you to RJ, because RJ handles all that shipping crap for you.
really? Where's he out of?
Yeah, we're gonna hook you up with RJ, man. You're going.
Where's RJ out of?
He's in Arkansas,
Arkansas.
but he
Mhm.
has
Where you
stuff
at, Tim?
all over. He has.
I'm
Stuff
in California.
Oh shit! I'm sorry.
but yeah, RJ ships like all over the place, man, and he's a logistics guru,
Oh, that's cool.
and I mean, you ask him, hey RJ, man, how much is it going to cost for me to ship this package with a 42-page book and a couple bookmarks, a magnet, and some other stuff. Whatever you tell him, he's going to come back to you 5 minutes later and go, it costs you this much to ship it there.
Well, let's
Because
what Frank is asking here. Let's ask people if they would enjoy that. Like I was telling you about doing like 100 sketches into
Right.
a PDF.
or something, yeah.
Oh Lord.
And would they like that as an add-on for like $20 or something like that?
Yeah, that's something you just slide in.
You do that, charge more than that for it. Seriously. I got in a position on a Kickstarter that I was involved in with some folks where, like, I mean, if you're down with that, that's up to you. You'll get more than that.
Yeah, way more.
More on that. You'll get it.
Well, let's see. Is anybody else watching this answer up?
You are Tim Vigil. Do a sketch card for $50.
Tim, what we're basically describing is you say you have 100 pre-done sketches already. You would like to put them into a PDF for a free, basically what would be a digital sketchbook. Is that what you're
Right.
Oh yeah, that'd be
So
like
we're looking at a digital sketchbook tier for $20. Would anybody be interested in paying that?
hell yeah. You did
For
people.
a digital one, yeah, that's probably about right.
Because Frank was busting my nuts about like you need a $20 something, and he wanted me to
That would
put
be
together. He wanted me to put together a couple other books. I'm going, well, those are Kickstarters in themselves if it's physical, but if it's a PDF, I can go, yeah, okay.
Yeah, because there's no cost besides your time for doing the artwork. You can just
Just put them into a PDF, right?
Yep.
Stickers. That's another thing. Stickers.
I'd be down for the PDF and also love stickers. Yeah.
Stickers, bookmarks,
Yeah, I'm a big-
magnets. There's all kinds of little stuff that you can add.
Right. This is my first time. I'm I can't be overwhelmed.
Be gentle with his
We're
first
going to guide you through this, brother. I promise you.
I'm starting to get dizzy already.
We're going to put you in touch with RJ and next
Hold
time.
on. Am I having a stroke now? Wait.
Welcome to the club.
That's right.
This is the thing about RJ and Critical Blast, and the reason that I tell people to use them. The reason is because you can do your work, you can do your art, and then he's setting up your campaign. We're promoting your campaign. We're doing all this, fulfilling your campaign. What are you doing? You're going back to work and doing more art.
That's right.
Do
That's
all
what I like.
this stuff, right? That's why I encourage people to go to RJ, because you can get your campaign as soon as you're done with this campaign. You can go back to work on art for the next one. You're not
with a whip to my back.
Yep.
Work.
I got a numbers update for you.
packaging these up and shipping them out. RJ's doing it.
86 backers.
They're bored.
86 backers, 19,026.
nice.
52 minutes. We'll give it 8 more minutes and we'll see where we end up. I'm really happy with everybody that helped us out here. All the backers, love all you guys, man. Dude,
Can you guys on this check to see like who's picked up, like, how many people have picked up the nude cover?
Let me see.
I don't know how to do that.
Let me see. Nude variant, 2 backers so far. Two nude for the nude variant limited.
Oh wow.
8 for the signed nude variant.
Okay. 10.
Yeah.
I always heard that people love the nudies.
Yeah.
That's like a Kickstarter thing. Like,
Yeah, they don't even look at the book. They just like those nudies.
Okay.
Boobies.
Yes.
You are also sitting at.
Love the TTs.
You have 3. You have 3.
Three what?
3 of those, the nude cover editions. You have the hardcover as well, which has sold 10. So you've
okay.
sold 10, 8, and 2. So you sold a total of 20
20.
on that nude cover variant.
20 of them between all 3.
Yeah.
Oh, how many people did the one with the sketch inside?
Sketch inside 10.
Oh wow, it went out. That's the 10 I was going to do. Nice.
Oh, shit,
Thank you.
Nice.
A call out to my homies. Thank you.
No, the sketch says 10 left of 10. Nobody's got one of the sketch inside.
Oh, let's rewind that then. That's my homies. What are you doing?
Now the nude sketch inside, there's 3.
Oh, okay.
3 of those.
So, see, the thing is with the nude, then I got to do some like crazy nude positions of the character.
Yeah,
We're talking about the hardcover printed edition, sketch inside by Tim Vigil, limited to 10 copies, signed edition at $300. It says it has 10 backers.
All right.
Do I need to like
Oh, we got disagreement here.
And then it shows little it's got 10 backers.
That's good.
Okay, I got 9 on the nude limited cover. 9 so far out of 100. The 300 are all gone. Yes, all gone. The one at $300, $500 are all gone. 10 backers. Yeah, you're doing really good on. There's nothing left, Tim. There's nothing left.
That's what I told her.
All that's left are the signed books. There's no more nudie sketches left. They're all gone. They're all gone.
I'm gonna have to get a little drum.
There you go. Art of Roy popping in said, really liked your EO books, Tim.
Oh yeah.
There's
a fun story about that.
He says paper or vellum?
Paper. There was a time that Tim Tyler, when I was working with Avatar doing the Faust series to them, Tim Tyler was inking on vellum. And the Cuda story, I think, was done on vellum. That's pretty cool. But there's a funny story to the EO that that book got me in a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. I mean, people didn't want to talk to me after that thing. The writer's fiance said, "You can't work on it." I was like, Jesus. And I never finished it.
That's too bad.
That big swinging schlong, that mutated radioactive schlong, every girl's dream.
That's what we call the one-eyed elephant.
We are
This thing was a snake.
20,000 mark. Let's get over 20,000 before the show ends here. We got 4 minutes. Let's kick this thing over 20 grand real quick. Really happy. This will be funded by morning. It will fund overnight, no doubt. Okay. In the first hour.
There you go. You hit your 20.
There you go. Just like that.
You talk and it happens. Keep going.
Tim, what is your next project? What?
Well, there's a lot of things that I've started, and I've done like 20, 30 pages, and it just never happened. I have ideas of doing a comedy, kind of a Howard the Duck kind of a comedy.
No.
But it's more nasty, and where I can have fun with it.
I just want to throw this out there at you, Tim. Some people were like birds were all up in my shoulder and chirping in my ear about a Tim Vigil, Les Garner, Mike Barron collaboration. What would you think?
I was
Mike?
talking to Mike. We talked about a year ago, and
We're going to try and make that happen, Tim.
well, he said, "What would you like to do?" And I said something, and he didn't like it. So
Yeah, we have lots of ideas. If Michael write about a pot smoking fox, we'll get Mike to do something. So I promise you. He's also his show is part of the network. We'll get some kind of collaboration with the three of you. I promise. We'll do this.
That would be awesome.
It's my job.
well,
Yes.
the problem is that most of the projects that I like to do, I have a very strong input into it.
Right.
Oh yeah, that cover. Right.
Yeah.
Um,
Aaron wrote that.
but I it's like when people ask me to do commissions, they're not as strong as if I do them with my own, just doing my own thing.
Right. I get
Because it's like, oh, you want Spider Gwen and what's her name, MJ scissoring. All right, whatever. It's like, okay, I can do it, but if I came up with it, I would enjoy it more.
Right. Inspired.
Yeah.
Right. It's like those pictures I showed you. Those are just me doing my thing, and they're more interesting.
What did you think of the Frost movie adaptation?
It was fun. The problem with it was, I think that the director didn't understand comics really, and
Some of them don't.
they were trying to, because the Crow was so popular, they tried to throw some Crow into it, and it didn't stick to the essence of what Faust was. A little bit with him having the costume be in his mind and it changes, but being that it didn't have all the little creatures around Faust and him seeing weird shit really kind of hurt what Faust was all about.
That's not surprising.
But it was fun for what it was.
My problem. It's like, look, I didn't ask for an editor. I asked for somebody to direct my movie.
Well, I don't understand that with movies in general when they want to adapt something.
Yes.
Is that they go, okay, we'll take what it ends up being is that they just take the title and change it all.
Yes.
Even with Claire in the movie, Yuzna did a interview in Fangoria when it was coming out, and a couple of the pictures they had Claire with red and then black hair, right? And it was long, and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Did they not read the book?
Like an icon character of the story, right? And so I sat there and I was able to get in touch with them and sat there and said, hey, this character, people love her. You can't change the way she looks. Right. And he listened, and thank God, and it got back to, black to blonde. But there's a couple scenes where she has that red to black hair still.
I have one other person here that wants to say hi to you. You want to say hi? Go ahead.
Okay.
Rocky, turn around. Come here.
What do you got here?
Tim. There you go. Okay.
What was that?
That's Rocky. He's the house husky.
Oh, nice. There he is.
He talks to everybody, so
Huskies are good for that.
Yeah.
My dog Heisenberg's half husky, and he's always running his mouth.
Yeah, always running his mouth. That's right. Dude, this has been
Yeah.
so much fun. Thank you so much.
Hey, you guys have done great. Thank you.
Good. Now we don't have to stop right now. We can hang out and see how far this goes for another, whatever. As long as I didn't want to like tie you down to we're going to do this for 3 hours or anything like that, right? But
Well, I mean, if I'm here to, if people still have, if they want questions and stuff.
yeah, I mean that's what
Sure.
I just said. We can keep this going if you want. If as long
Sure.
as you want and the fans want, I'm fine with it. So,
We got 55 people watching right now. Just in this section, light up the chat. You got a question?
Let's see. If they want to know, I'm prone to blondes, and I like legs and breasts
There you go.
more than ass. More than
Come
ass.
full circle.
yes, join in the conversation. Join in the conversation right now. I was also going to say that we're 95 backers in, 20,000 in. We're good. If any of those wonderful people who allowed us to show this stream on their channels want to jump in here and say hi to Tim, you are more than welcome. Same link that you got yesterday or earlier this morning. Same link. You could pop in, say hi to Tim, and maybe you can get him to come be on one of your shows.
Yes. Yes.
Don't be scared now.
Since I'm already here, then, Tim, I do 3 different draw streams during the week. I do one on Saturday, Sunday, and Tuesday. The Saturday and Sunday shows are broadcast all over, just like we're doing today. They're at 10 o'clock Pacific time because you're West Coast like me.
Yeah.
Saturdays and Sundays, 10 a.m. Goes for about 2 hours. And then on Tuesdays, we start.
But within that, are you showing? Do you need the camera shown on the picture?
Yeah, just like what Les is doing right there.
Okay, that's a system I have to set up though.
Yeah, we do have artists that we allow to come on and simply hold their stuff up to the screen, but we do prefer it if we could watch.
Yeah.
Right, of course.
Yeah, and then the third show is Tuesday. Tuesday's show is on is our Pilled exclusive, because Pill is a absolute free speech absolutist platform. We enjoy that one because we can cuss and talk about all sorts of things and maybe even show some music videos that
you can't cuss on this stream. Have I been fucking this up?
You've been fucking it up big time.
All right. Sorry.
So, hey man, you're fine. You have an open invitation to any of those draw streams to come on and just hang out with us and bullshit, because that's all we're doing is just hanging out and bullshitting while we draw. Because like you said earlier, we you tend to just sit around all by yourself and do this stuff. So,
well, one of my main things is, though, I'm so competitive when it comes to drawing, and I like to sit there and say, hey, good job. But sometimes I have a tendency just to say, like, that stinks,
Right.
One time, I guess this is kind of off subject, but it was funny because, like I said, through how I'm competitive, Mike Kaluta once said that there's plenty of room at the top for artists. And I didn't agree with him, because to make your work better, the gap from one step to the next keeps getting wider, and not everyone's going to, even I don't think Todd McFarlane's great. That's an argument that I've had with a lot of people, and I know that you grow up with certain artists, but I've always wondered, what was the big appeal of him. And I've seen some interviews with him, and he seems like a nice guy, and he's all kudos to him for what he's developed and everything. But I get competitive within the art world of what you're presenting, and like even with like say Gothic Knights here, I go, I'm presenting you something that I think is going to be a collectible that you're going to be able to go off when topics of what comics are and if they can be mature or compared to like say movies or novels or whatnot. You can pull that down and go, well, check this out. This is it's something to me. It's something special,
Right.
and I hope it's portrayed that way.
So Tim, we do have a question for you.
All right,
This
from Frank.
from Frank. Does Tim like large or small areolas?
Medium.
Medium.
I mean, I know Frank has large, so
Right.
Christy wants you to come on her show and fuck everything up.
Pantless.
Pantyless. How does she know? Oh, that's pantless. Oh,
Yes. I would highly recommend that one. That's a good show. I've been on it.
yeah. Yeah. If you want to get in touch with me, Rebel Art Vigil at AOL. Hit me up or hit me up on Facebook.
I would love to have you on my show.
I just sit there and watch you draw, man. It's cool shit.
Oh, see the whole point of my show, even though we've kind of gotten way off field from it, you'd be a good guy to bring on to help get it back on track. The idea that I had originally with the show was to that every week I would pull up art from a different artist beside myself, and we would look at it and talk about what makes it work, what's good, and things
what's
like that.
bad.
Yeah, I mean, I try to stay away from being super negative about stuff. Although sometimes there are people I look.
Yeah, I get super negative about stuff.
But,
I mean, there's it's just that with the state of the art of comics now, what have they done to Batman? Batman the Barbarian? It's like, what the fuck? What are we doing?
Yeah.
How is that company being ran?
Well, yeah. Now we're talking about companies. I'll get negative all damn day. I try.
Yeah, but they're putting out.
I try not to get
crazy
too negative about other artists. I mean, I tend to be pretty positive like that. It's not like I'm trying to be a pussy about it or anything. I just, it's like I'll look at something and be like, this is strong here, this is weak here.
Oh, sure.
That kind of thing.
You look at it through the complimentary sandwich.
Pretty much. Try to
got a sliver of shit in it.
And
right.
like the first couple episodes of the show, I was actually going back and pulling up some work from John Buscema, and going back and really wanted to occasionally look at some classics. And frankly, I would consider your stuff among those. So it'd be awesome to have you on and talk about stuff.
Buscema is an interesting guy from what he had to do, because if you see his style when he first came into play, he had great anatomy. I mean, wonderful muscle structure, and they called him the Michelangelo of comics. But once he started to have to take over Jack Kirby's position, and this is what happened with Romita too, in a way, is that Marvel wanted them to be more Kirby-esque, and it kind of
took away from their style.
Yeah, it started to take away from Buscema's original style, which I felt was weaker.
The Buscema stuff that is just cherry for me is always his Conan.
Really? I go with Silver Surfer #4, where he fights Thor. To me, that's one of the best comics ever. Yeah. It's beautiful.
I really like you, Tim. I'm gonna get along with you really good, bro.
Well, with Gothic Knights, it was influenced by Barry Smith's Red Nails. When that first came out, that first chapter, because the second part of it got a little bit less. But that first chapter in Savage Tales was, I was like, oh my God, what is this? And I just kept going through it and through it and through it.
Mm.
And now I got the artist edition of it, so I can look at it with its original size and inking.
So out of this is probably a loaded question for you, man. Out of artists out there today, is there anybody now when I say new, to me anything in the last 20 years is still considered new. Anybody tickle your fancy, man?
I like Joe Matadera a lot. His dynamics is fantastic. And I like it because he has a very, in a way, simple, almost cartoonish way, but he's great. I love his stuff. Let's see who else has stood out. I don't go into comic shops that much anymore.
Yeah.
I get like, what is this shit? Who is it? There's a guy drawing Spawn. I just picked up lately. I mean, I like Capullo. I thought Capullo was good.
Yeah, Capullo is one of my favorites.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when he did his own book, Cringe or Cree. Yeah, I thought that was better than his Spawn or Batman work, but I did like that a lot.
I was a big fan of him on Court of Owls with Batman. I thought.
Well, that's the first book he worked on going over there.
Yeah,
and that's always showing like they always do better. It's like Jim Lee doing, what was the one with Ivy and the masked dude?
Oh, Hush.
Hush, right? I mean, it was a beautiful book, but it started hitting deadlines.
I don't know that I've ever noticed Greg Capullo inking himself. And so, like, every time I look at Capullo, I always feel like, definitely half of what I'm seeing is whoever inks him. And on Court of Owls, he was inked by Jonathan Glapion. And that dude is tight.
Phenomenal.
Yeah,
Jonathan Glapion, I think, may be one of the better inkers in the business.
I'll have to look him up. I mean, I know the book, but I didn't really. I got looking at it. I didn't sit there and go, "Fuck these inks,"
Mm-hmm. Well, Glapion.
What?
Glapion worked with over on Spawn as well. That's how the two met up.
Okay. Yeah, but Capullo's kind of open, with his stuff.
Yeah, his pencils are kind of they vary a lot, and it's like you could tell when if you were inking him, you can look at it and go, oh, he definitely, this is what he wants right here, but I can play around over here. You can tell because of where it's tight versus where it's loose.
I had a joke there, but I went there. What do you think of David Finch? I like him.
Yeah.
Oh, Dave Finch?
Yeah.
Oh, I love Dave Finch. Dave Finch is awesome.
The way he uses his blacks is great.
Yep.
Just these heavy structures of shadow.
His stuff always, I love this. The only thing I would say is sometimes a drawback is I don't think I've ever seen anything from Dave Finch that captured anything soft. It always feels like everything.
Yeah, it's hard, right? I'll give you that. Sure.
And I mean, most of the time, I'm like, that's not a bad thing. I think it looks great. But I'd be curious to see him try to do something soft.
Like when he does like wavy hair,
it's just bam, it's right there.
Yeah, it comes off a little heavy, but it looks great. It has flow.
What do you think of Frank Cho?
I like Frank Cho. I find him. I find him to be a little plastic, if you know what I mean. That it looks like there's like plastic models being positioned.
It looks like wax statues that he's drawing. It looks like wax, like wax statue, not the real thing.
Yeah, but it's good. He does good wax statues.
Yeah.
Art of Roy, you've got a great comment right here about David Finch.
uses his blacks like a slave master. Oh, shit. Ah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
funny.
shit.
So Tim, who would you put on your Mount Rushmore of artists?
Oh, that's a good one. Well, Kirby, Frazetta, Wally Wood. I have to add some more faces though. Well, you could say Neil Adams and Bernie Wrightson.
I like as soon as he said that, I was like, oh, that's easy. Jack Kirby, Neil Adams, Bernie Wrightson, and Frank Frazetta. Done.
Okay.
Like
I mean, it's a good one.
So you've
But
both said, go ahead.
The thing is that it's like Reed Crandall. He did a lot of incredible work for Creepy and Eerie magazines, and a lot of Gothic Knights was influenced by Reed Crandall.
What do you think of there's a guy who I never hear anybody but me mention him, and he's a huge influence on me, and it always boggles my mind nobody mentions. What do you think of Esteban Maroto?
I liked him. I can't say that I looked at him to be like, what can I pick up? Because he always did those weird, like bubbly things in his stuff, in design.
Mm-hmm.
But I liked him.
He was shoving Art Nouveau into his stuff way before anybody in comics, I think, even knew what that meant.
Well, you could sit there and say that Craig Russell was doing that.
Yeah.
When he first came out.
For me as a kid, Esteban Maroto was the first one who did that it clicked with, because that was, his in the early to mid 70s, and I was a kid in the late 70s, and that's when I first stumbled onto Vampirella and stuff like that. So.
Right. No, I like him, but I can't say that when I get like stuck and I can't I got to go look at shit to kind of get my mind going. I don't go to him, and I'll go to Frazetta constantly. I go to Kirby, I go to Wrightson.
Bernie is definitely my North Star, man. Bernie.
Yeah.
Okay. So you both mentioned Frank Frazetta, and until I was doing a little bit of research on going back and looking at Gothic Knights again, I had no idea that Gothic Knights was your passion project. I kind of assumed that it would be the Image Comics Frank Frazetta books. To me, because that to me, it seemed like your artwork hit a level there that it had not achieved yet in that time period. Like it just, I don't know. It went from
the Frazetta books were fun because being into the logo of Frazetta, and you don't want to sit there and do shit,
right?
Yeah,
with Frazetta's name, and
playing Frank's house, you better do it right.
But the thing is that was done it was done on a time limit. I was doing like a page, pencil and inking. It would take me like about 3 days.
Okay,
and that's pretty fast for me. Where like Gothic Knights, there are pages I took 2 weeks on. Jeez. And that's every day.
Wow.
Yeah. Just the line work and figuring out, like, especially when it gets into the laboratory scene and you're filling these panels of every beaker, every stone, every, knob on a machine and shit.
And he said knob.
There we go. We're in on it now.
Work the knob, Tim.
That's great. But it was a different thing, and I enjoyed it. And it was fun to draw the Death Dealer.
Roy mentioned Filipino artists. My wife's actually Filipino.
Oh, Nestor Redondo.
Mm.
That guy could ink like a wizard.
Yes. Yes.
Alex Nino was great. it took me a while to get to like him because he was so wild.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, my work is pretty much straightforward, even like in panel layout. If I see, like, if you look at, say, a simple Jim Lee has excellent panel layouts of different things going on and shapes and ways they move within it. Mine are kind of Kirby-esque, like boom, 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 4 panels, double page spreads.
Mm-hmm.
I don't go nuts on that stuff.
So let's just say you have a genie in a bottle, all right, and one of those wishes you had to go mainstream.
Right.
Which company and which character would you make your bitch?
Well, everybody wants to draw Batman, one time. And even like, say, Faust was based off of like a Wolverine, Batman, Daredevil, all meshed into one.
Mm-hmm.
So Batman would probably be fun, but it all depends on what I could do with it. What kind of freedom do you have? Because
Right.
I hate it when a writer will give me panel 1 close up, panel 2 this and that, and they're just telling you what to draw and how to lay it out. And I'm like, I don't like that.
Right.
I like to take a script and then break it down to where I want to see it, put how much dialogue I want into it. So, because you get a writer that sits there and tells you what you're gonna draw, you're like, you're not really an artist, are you, buddy? Am I telling you how to write? And
Right.
I will tell some writers how to write.
So
but
I love it. That's a spicy take. I'm gonna quote it to a couple of writers I work with. I'll be like, Tim Vigil says you guys are little bitches. You need to back up off the artist.
Well, there was within that for the Frazetta comics. There's a funny story that I had to kind of argue with the guys, and they gave me the story. Because within the Dark Kingdom, there's a point where they're at this island and there's these skulls. There's this pile of skulls. And the guy had it written to me as 9 panels, right, on this page. And the last 3 panels was like, you see the pile of skulls and then a hand pops out of the skulls. And the last panel is the Death Dealer, right? And they go, the Death Dealer. And I'm going, you have the Death Dealer showing up within the comic on a 9-page or a 9-panel page. Right? I go, the Death Dealer showing up should be a big picture. And that gives me a good time to draw, And I had to argue with the people about getting it. But they'd listen in the end, which was good. Because the big picture turned out nice.
Mm-hmm.
But just like, again, with impact of what is being said and what is being done and what you want to give to your audience, like, oh, this has got to be it's like even what I learned doing Faust and everything, I found that if I gave other people to ink a page, it didn't match what I was doing. And so I finally learned, I go, well, do all the characters. Make sure you ink all the characters so at least the emotional quality from page to page is what's happening. And if I need somebody to do a background over here, I can, I'll give it out to somebody. And I'll just ink the pages I want to ink. But always the character. And that was a thing.
Well, looks like you're gonna break 22,000 here in a minute.
Yeah. Come on, we need 105 to pop in.
Yeah, we need the Magic Man to talk.
Yeah.
Pops. Where'd he go?
Rallying the troops.
He's being quiet. He's not an artist. He lets us do the art talk, and he just sits and listens. But we'll bring him back out. Pops.
Now, what kind of materials do you use? Are you using like the microns now, or do you still use like Crow Quill?
Me?
Yeah, the ink.
Everything. I've even taught myself to digitally ink.
Oh, really? I haven't done that.
Yeah.
I do a lot of digital work with digital inks, digital paint, because my main job outside of comics for 25 years was a 3D modeler and animator.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that actually I left comics
No
in
fly.
I left comics in 97. It was just too hard to stay in it and make a living with how bad the industry got.
Oh, yeah.
And
Totally.
I was already making money as a storyboard guy, and had already taught myself a lot of stuff with animation, taught myself animation in DOS.
God damn.
So I just migrated out of that into I was doing mods for video games and ended up art director for a couple different companies, and eventually started my own studio and did that forever and a day. And I guess because of my background with comics, I kept doing things that were tangential to comics. Like I worked for
Good word.
as a contract. I was a contractor, but I was a consistent contractor as a technical director for an animation house in England called Renga, Renga. It was kind of British / Japanese for about 13 years. With I did a lot of work back then with Alan Grant. Alan Grant was doing a lot of writing for us, and that was super cool. And it kept me, like, I left comics, but I didn't. I always had one foot in the door, and I ended up working with Brian Harrelin in 20.
Oh, really?
Yeah, working with him from like 2013 to 2015, something like that.
Brian's a good guy.
Yeah, there was a point along the way where he and I were just shooting shit, and I was saying, I was like, man, I really miss drawing comics. I want to be back drawing comics. And he's like, why aren't you? I was like, well,
why aren't you?
Yeah, I was like, well, that's actually a valid point. That's actually when I came up with Apocalypse Girl, the book that the collection of it, volume 1, came out in 2020.
Did you show me that? Did you guys?
I don't remember if we showed you that at C2E2 or not.
Now, hold on. Is it like inside of it has like really psychedelic colors?
No, I wouldn't say so. It was.
I'm thinking of something else.
Yeah, it was. That was a hell of a job, is what it was. Because on that book, I was the writer, penciler, inker, letterer, colorist, and cover painter for 6 issues.
That's easy. That's easy.
So, and that thing. Well, and then there's actually some collectibles that I sell sometimes that I sculpt.
I don't see how. Where do you find the time to do all
that? Apparently, I worked really quick.
Yeah, but it's like I sit there and go, I want to do a painting, right? Because I haven't painted in quite a while. And then I sit there and go, I don't make time for it.
I like Levi watches me draw from time to time on the stream. I mean, I when I'm working on a comic, I average pencils and inks 4 to 6 pages a day.
He's quick, really quick.
Well, right, but how detailed are they?
Pretty. I think they tend to be pretty intense.
Yeah. Can you pull up a page? Show me.
Like now Apocalypse Girl's a few years old, and I've kind of grown from it since.
No, don't gotta make
But
can you share a screen?
Let me pull that up. Window. Yep. I'll share it out of Clip Studio.
Good.
Clips that up.
Yep.
So there's.
Oh, that is pretty detailed.
Yeah, that's not far off from what I do these days. That I average. Like
Can you blow up one of the pages?
Yeah. If I zoom, let me scroll on down here a little bit. Let's go to. This is one I like. Let me. The thing that I'm least happy with on this was the colors. So
Right. Right.
I
Did you do those colors?
yeah, I've sworn that I'm never going to color myself again. Yeah.
Now, how long ago was this?
Oh God, this is the first issue of this. So this was like 10 years ago.
Oh, okay. I see a lot of when people show me their work, and there's a two-dimensionality to it, like left to right, right to left, up and down, down and up,
Yeah.
And the trick is to how to, like, even when you had that picture where she's flipping the dude or whatever,
Oh yeah.
the trick is how do you get depth, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do things move within the page? And I mean, not just move within the page, but like say the page you have, and again, this is 10 years old, but within the critique I would do is like, see, the first panel goes across, the second panel goes across, but there's a guy back there, so it kind of goes deep. The third panel goes kind of across, but how do you get it to turn and go into the page and then come out? How do you? Because that's where the atmosphere is brought in. So like when you're flipping over here at the end, there's a flatness to it.
Yeah,
And
what I was going for out of that was being able to like keep the motion,
sure.
the reader going from here, like the way
Yeah, you have
like
it moving
that's the
down,
object.
right?
Yeah, there's the object of what she's looking at here, and then the eye line plus the gun pulls you back over,
Sure.
and then the motion in both. See,
But this is like where you should look at like just for fun, Joe Madeira. I mean, his dynamics of his pages are. There's what were those called? There's ones like what were those
Battle
called?
Chasers.
Well, there's Battle Chasers, yeah, but he did like a Marvel, I guess, an X-Men or something.
Yeah,
but
he did a lot of X-Men.
Yeah, but they brought out just his pencils in a book. Might have been the Avengers.
He did that on the Ultimate X-Men or Ultimate
Yeah. That book is amazing.
Mm.
His pencil work is amazing in that, and the dynamics of popping things in and out is great.
That was a page right there that I liked quite a bit.
Yeah.
That was a fun page to do. My little demon dogs there. Yeah, the book gets progressively wilder as things go on.
Cool.
I would like to probably do a new edition of it at some point. Get somebody else to do colors on it, because every time I look back at it, I just kick myself for my colors.
Well, right, yeah, because it's very monotoned.
Yeah, I am like I've been doing more paintings and things lately, and I like doing them digital because I've got so much freedom where I can make changes and stuff, and I don't have to, I don't have to live with it so much. It's really aggravating. There's a digital painting from this, but yeah, it aggravates the crap out of me sometimes. Doing colors, I would much rather focus just on doing inks or grayscale.
Right. I've colored a couple pieces of mine on computer, and they turned out fair. But I didn't like the fact that I just sit there in front of a fucking screen and just the syntax or whatever, just looking. I had one where you're down, but you have to keep your eyes up and you're looking and stuff. And
yeah, see, I've got big 27-inch Cintiq.
Oh,
So like
damn. Must be
yeah,
a porn star.
it's when I'm drawing on the tablet, I'm
Are you drawing directly on the page or on the
yeah,
screen?
yeah, and it's direct on the screen, and it's I've got certain settings that make it so that I'm drawing at a 1-to-1 with real world 11x17. That's
A 1-to-1 what?
so like one of the big problems, and I harp on this on my show all the time. One of the big problems, and I spot it every time I do a show and somebody shows me their work. I'm like, oh, you're working digital, and they're like, how you know? I'm like, because you've zoomed in here. I can tell you've zoomed in because you've gone in too close and put a lot of lines in an area that as soon as you zoom out, they turn to mud.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
And
moray.
People do that all the time. They don't stop to think that personally, the single worst thing about working digital is the temptation to zoom in.
Yeah.
Like, if you should figure out what the zoom factor is in your program, and like literally sit there with an original 11x17 page and hold that next to the monitor and find out what that zoom factor is that gives you 1-to-1 between the screen and the real thing, and stick to that for most of your work. Like I tend to bounce back and forth between, like I know that 18.5% zoom factor in Clip Studio on a 600 DPI page is going to put me at exactly 11x17.
Wow, Einstein.
So I pop back and forth between that, and on my screen I can tell it to frame the whole page, and it's almost that's 1-to-1 with the printed page. So I can sit there and go back and forth between what it should be at the original size 11x17 and what it will be on the printed page. And
that was a lot of criticism when I was doing so much detail. They would sit there and say, well, when it shrinks down, it'll just get muddy. And it's not exactly true. You can put a lot more detail than you think into something. It just depends what it is. I mean, if it's just like say a belt buckle, and you want to put all this little shine into it, and you're going, well, does that really need to be there? But if you want to put details in the back, you just got to make sure it's clean. The lines are crisp.
Yep. Yeah, I see a lot of people who end up throwing like tons and tons and tons of lines into things that
yes, that's the McFarlane aspect.
It just ends up being mud.
I was screen printing T-shirts for about 10 years, and if you didn't pick the right screen, you would end up with a moray.
Yep.
The lines coming too close together and muddying up, and
wow,
creates a wave pattern inside
right.
the design.
Moray patterns are highly annoying. And then came stochastic printing.
Hey, Tim, you gave me a review one time on my inks, and you said that it was pretty good, but you saw nothing of me in there. I was still in photocopier mode, and
photocopier mode.
And since you brought up Joe Mad in that series, I love that series so much. But one of the things I always had a problem with was the shading in it.
Really?
And I want to share this screen right here. So I went ahead and I found a real nice copy of the page, and I went ahead and printed out my own. Bring it up right here to the stage. So I did my own version of the Joe Mad from that series. That's the series you're talking about, right?
Yeah, Joe.
Yeah.
All right. Can you like blow up on his face?
2 seconds. How's that work? Does that work?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, this was
Yeah.
all microns. So I'll go through different phases where I'll use microns on it. I'll do, I used to prefer the brush all the time and the croak wheels.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks good in the face.
Thanks.
The thing is that it gets down to is like somebody in my Patreon sat there and said, when you look at a picture, you know it's a Vigil. And that was very high praise for me, because I'm like, that's what you want to do. Like when I sat there and said, I don't see you in it,
Mm-hmm.
And so there's a point where you have to sit there and kind of define yourself as an artist, and what you're trying to translate on your inks and in your imagery and everything. It's like, I'll sit there and go, I like it to be sexy, I like everywhere to be some type of design or some type of elegance to it, and elegance even in the violence.
Right.
Um, so I try to always translate that line as I'm doing things. Is that a sexy line? Like even in that picture you showed, one of the things I was looking at is like the hair. The hair is heavy. And if you look at, say, Joe Weems' inks on
Mm-hmm.
his hair and stuff like that, it's really nice. And again, how Finch draws hair, really cool. And how you have to play with thicknesses and thinness to make that hair, feel lighter.
Gotcha.
So if you want to, as a artist, what is your definition? I look at artists in ways of like textural. I find that Jack Kirby to me is like a high-rise cement builder. He has these huge, thick block things that are dynamic, and you're just like monumental. You're like, God damn, that's Jack Kirby. And then you get into like Bernie Wrightson. Bernie Wrightson to me is like a glass blower, that he's able to make things so shine and slick with his brushwork and everything. And if you can define yourself in some type of way, and make it, and the consciousness of it isn't there, or like, oh, I got to do that. But once you set it into yourself and you're drawing, it's like, do those, like, say, if you can see this real close, let's see,
2 seconds.
say these fingers, okay? It's like, how do you create grace within, how those fingers are going,
Right.
and how do they look feminine and sexual and stuff. Even in the smallest part, like when I'm inking, I'm sitting there going, okay, where am I inking? I'm inking a shoulder. I'm inking a blade of hair. I'm not thinking about the whole picture. I'm thinking about exactly what I'm inking. It's a glove. It's an elbow in a glove, and it's a rib cage, or it's a hip, or it's a crease in the bed. How do I make that work? And then step back and look at it through the whole picture. But I get really focused on exactly where I'm at and what it is and what's happening.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
So, inking isn't, to me, like, inking isn't just inking. It's making everything lively. I mean, I like pencils better, but when you get into the inks, you got to, what's the weight here, and how is it balancing out? And I'll admit it, even my line used to be a lot more fluid, but But that's just old age, I guess.
So, do you consider yourself a brush inker?
I use pen more nowadays. Like on these
Mhm.
sketches, most of this is like 90% pen.
Gotcha.
I want to get back to a brush.
Have
But
you have you discovered the Pentel Pocket Brush yet?
oh yeah, of course,
Mm.
of course, they're fine. But I find them they give out quick compared to a brush. You can you can use a brush for a long time
Right.
compared to that thing. I think that it's surprising that the Pentel is the one that seems to work the best with the head. I'm always
Mhm.
looking. I'm always buying like whatever pen is out there just to see how it is. I picked up some Winsor Newton um,
Wow.
pens, but they're just fair. I thought they'd be a lot better.
Hmm.
The Copic I find to be really good.
Mhm.
The Micron is real good. It might
Right.
be just the way the body is. These Winsor Newtons are thinner and longer.
These little guys right here are my go-to.
Hang
What
on.
is that?
Sakura brush pen.
Yeah, the Secure is okay. I don't like the ink in those though.
Too fast, Les. Hold it back up again.
The Sakura brush pen.
Yeah, I'm not 100% fan of that.
I like those, and these little guys, the Mangaka flexibles.
Here, take the head off that. Let me see the tip. What?
Mangaka.
How much do those cost? And how do you spell that?
Manga.
Hold on. Manga.
The company that puts them out is called Zig. It's a
Zig.
Japanese company.
Mangaka.
Mangaka.
Okay, Manga what?
I think you can see it. If I turn this over, you can see it on the pen right there.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me! Come on.
Spell the rest of it, Les.
Mangaka.
Oh, Ka. Okay, I didn't get all that.
Mangaka,
Okay.
Mangaka flexible.
I don't know, flexible. Sounds like some female booty hole.
Yeah.
I'll check that out.
Yeah.
If I find that I don't like it though,
You can blame me. Well,
you'll get a bad letter in the mail.
the same company makes a white brush pen.
Okay.
That is
Zig.
Zig is the only white brush pen I've ever found that I thought was worth a damn.
Yeah, they're tough to find. What is this one? This is it's not a brush pen, but it's like a whiteout pen. What is this called? Uniball? The Igno? This one's okay. But yeah, it's hard to find a good whiteout.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try it. I'll look at it. What do they cost?
They're super cheap. I think that and the white. I don't know if they were going to set together or not, but I know that Zig came in a set with like 3 other brushes for $15.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, they're very cheap.
I like that.
And just pop in there on Amazon. They're right there.
I'll do it right after we get off.
They were suggested. My son is big into manga.
Yeah.
And I was complaining about my brushes and pens and stuff one day, and he's like, "Oh, Dad, you need to try this." He's like, he's like, "This is what the Japanese guys use."
Awesome.
And like the ink that I use when I'm doing brush or quill is a Japanese ink, and the Japanese ink tends to be way better than American ink, just by a lot.
Well, what's that called?
I have to remember to pull this up.
I always like finding new materials.
Yasutomo.
Spell it.
Yasutomo.
OMO.
Yes, Yasutomo Sumi ink.
Sumi.
SUMI. There you go.
All right. Oh, look at that. Don't drink it.
I'm trying. Hang on. Oh,
And it goes a long damn way.
I will check it out.
boy, I'm just fat fingering the shit out of this right now.
I think that bottle has been with me for a year or two. I mean,
so you're not using it.
oh, I'm using the hell out of it. Using the hell out of it, but it just seems to go a really long way.
Oh, we got a number check. We got a number check on.
So, Pops, you want to go scroll back up again? The last number
I'm going to
check
bet
I
on
had.
23. Oh, I was close, man.
So close.
Almost 23.
So close.
All right, we're slowing down a little bit.
Come on, $29. Here's that item you needed.
23, and we can get out of here.
So, so we are closing in on 2 hours, Tim. Where if somebody besides the Kickstarter campaign to go get your book and stuff like this, but if somebody wanted to commission you or just find out more about what you're doing and where you're at, is there any kind of a place you want to drop a link to or anything like that, like your Patreon or?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have the link, but yeah, Patreon, but it's best Facebook, Instagram, but Facebook I see mostly. Okay. Instagram is kind of like okay, but
gotcha.
Facebook, you can find me.
That would be the easiest spot to send you a message and.
Gotcha. Where I found him, or he found me, or something.
Who was that?
That was.
There you go. The ghost of Christmas past.
Yeah. It was 4:20, and then it was 4:30, and then it was 4:40, and okay, I'm
well,
back.
Sure.
We need you to say 23.
23, baby. Let's do this. Come on.
There it is.
One more backer.
There it is. The magic man. We need the magic man.
This is really this has blown my mind. I've been sitting here getting messages from people. Man, that thing's blowing up. I'm like, that's Tim, though. That's Tim. Of course it's blowing up. And look, everybody might be laughing when I said 5,000 backers.
No way. I'm with you.
Just give this a chance for people to see it. Give it a chance.
They'll have late pledges.
His book sold like thousands of copies. Thousands of copies. Having thousands of backers.
I just got to figure out a way to get Ethan Van Shiver to promote it.
Oh man, you should have went to him first. He ain't gonna promote you now that I did.
I hear he doesn't promote anybody.
There's too much drama and all that. I just try to help people sell books, right?
I gotta get Brian to push it out too, but Polito.
Brian, Brian Polito was he hosted the closing panel on the very first CromCon that we did way back in April of 2020.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Brian, I love Lady Death. I got I'm an homage cover sucker.
I am totally amazed at what he's been able to do.
Oh yeah, love it.
Yeah.
But even
he brought Evil Ernie to me when he was just pushing it around, and I was like, well, I'm just printing guys I know right now. And then he blew it up. He went, and he has become a force of nature.
Do you kick yourself in the ass over that one?
Not really.
Don't you?
No, it's just like, because I would have made money on it, because my whole purpose when I was publishing other people was that I make the printing money back and then everything goes to the creator.
Yeah.
So, he would have done fine. It wouldn't have done much for me, but maybe just brought, if it would have taken off like it did. But it is what it is. The path it was is what it is. And,
yeah,
it's like anything in life. You look at it, go, I'm where I'm at because I guess that's the way it was supposed to be.
Hey, Tim.
We still got 3 minutes. Can we get to 24?
He said it.
Oh, he said it.
Yes.
Look at the magic man shows up.
Yes.
Can we get to 24? We got 3 minutes.
I don't know. What is he doing? I think he's doing pledges over and over and over again.
Yeah, right. Levi, look where it says "manage your pledge" right there, up here in the corner, right? You see that? $10 PDF. I'm a broke motherfucker, Tim. Period.
I hear you. I hear you.
There we go. 23.
There you
We
go.
already did that. We're talking about 24.
I'm just lucky. I get my Social Security now. So that's good.
I ain't made it there either. I'm stuck in broke land, bro. No.
My Social Security pays my rent now. That's good.
Yeah, that shit'll be bankrupt by the time I get it.
Well, they say that all the time.
Not if they fix it. Not if they fix it and get rid of all them people collecting that are dead.
Or give it to the illegals and shit.
Yep.
That's where all your money's going. Billions of dollars every week.
2 minutes, $389 more. Come on. 24.
Come on, Magic Man. Come on, Magic Man.
Backers, come on. We need 116. We need 117. We need 117.
You're gonna make that 30K goal before the day is over.
Yeah, I told him that.
Yeah, you'll definitely make that your first day.
I am honored to have been part of it. Thank you, Tim, for coming out.
Oh, you've been great. This is fun.
It's been a legit honor to hang out with you, man.
It was good talking with you. I learned a lot.
116. Come on, baby. Come on.
TikTok.
That's the other thing. I gotta root for backers too. Look, I don't care how many of you $10 PDF people come on in here. Come get some. I need 5,000 backers.
That's right.
Backers. So PDF away, man. $10 a pop. Bing.
Pops is going to be humping this like a dead hooker for the next month.
Holy shit! Film it.
This is what it's about, though. This is what my whole freaking network is about, bro.
It's great.
There you go. Come on.
Y'all, I'm going to have to hop off. It's getting about time for me to leave and go to the gym. Got to keep working, try to get this damn arm back.
Yeah.
Way to go. Good talking with you.
Daily thing. It's good meeting you, Tim. Hope we catch up and talk a little more sometime.
Yeah, I hope so.
Also, Les, just real quick, we are counting down Lori's book tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern, the final hour of Path of the Pale Rider, and Todd Black's Tokyo Blade Detective. So we're going to be right back out here counting down 2 campaigns and helping them end. So, and also, Tim, I want to set that up with you 28 days from today at
the countdown.
3 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 28 days from today, we will come out with you and we will talk about the final hour of this campaign.
I'll have to come up with a new drawing.
Yeah.
Excuse
All
me.
right, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm out.
Take care, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Awesome. Bye. Levi.
Yes.
That
What's
was
going on, Pop?
dude.
That was awesome. Yes, it was.
This is how all of our launches and countdowns should be, where everybody gets together. They send everybody's, like, Lori's countdown tonight. I want to see that one going to 13 or 14 different platforms as well. You guys work together. Get these things out here, get them seen, help these guys make money, reach their funding goals, whatever it is they're trying to do, next stretch goal, whatever. Help them out. And you want good comics? Help these good comic people get their good comics sold.
Yep.
And
there'll
be more.
Since we didn't play any sponsors beforehand, we're going to be playing some more sponsors here, but I just want to play this one first. We're ready. We ready?
Just for you, Tim.
All right.
Get ready, cause this shit's about to get heavy. Just settle all the lawsuits. Fuck you, Nancy. Yeah. This looks like a job for me. So everybody, just follow me. Cause we need little controversy. Cause it feels so empty without me. I said, this looks like a job for me. So everybody, just follow me. Cause we need little controversy. Cause it feels so empty without me.
Had to play it. All right, I'm gonna start with that. Sticking with this theme right here.
Little president in his sandbox play. Build a tower, make it stay. Digging deep through the golden sand. Building the future with your hands. Tiny suits and shiny shoes. Making plans and making news. Friends all gather to join along. In the sandbox they all belong. Little president from that play. Every day a brand new day. Learning, growing your own way. In the great big sandbox that is the USA. USA. Share your dreams with everyone. Sandbox fun under the sun. Big ideas taking flight. With little Trump everything's bright. Dig a moat, build a wall. In the sandbox he stands so tall. Dreamer dream, builder build. Little Trump, your heart's fulfilled. Little President Trump, that play. Every day a brand new day. Learning, growing your own way. In the great big sandbox that is the USA. Hooray, hooray, for the USA.
It's Flip City Magazine, The Parodies, Special Edition, with savage send-ups of The Walking Dead, Star Trek Picard, Stranger Things, The Mandalorian, Guardians of the Galaxy, and more from the first 4 years of Flip City. Get Flip City The Parodies free when you subscribe in print at flipcitymag.com. The world's best satire magazine, and never, ever woke.
I don't know why, but you are watching the Madness Comic Network. Are you mental?
Welcome to Based on a True Story, Volume 6, Tales of the Underworld, where true crime collides with the furry, funny, and fierce world of the Dust Bunny Mafia. This brand new 32-page comic reimagines real mafia legends, Mad Dog Cole, John Gotti, and more, through the eyes of our animal mobsters. Think The Godfather meets Looney Tunes, packed with action, humor, and full-color storytelling.